Have you ever heard that Afghan Hounds are the dumbest dog breed on the planet? For decades, this elegant, flowing-haired canine has ranked dead last on canine intelligence lists. People see their supermodel looks and assume there is absolutely nothing going on upstairs. But what if those tests are completely rigged? What if the Afghan Hound isn't stupid at all, but rather operating on a genius level we barely understand? Today, we are exposing the truth behind this misunderstood breed. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Not your average dog. Most dog intelligence tests measure one thing: how quickly a dog obeys a human command. Think about the golden retriever who lives to fetch your slippers. Afghan hounds simply do not care about your slippers. They were bred thousands of years ago in the harsh mountains of Afghanistan to hunt dangerous prey like leopards. They had to think for themselves, make split-second decisions, and survive without human micromanagement. When an Afghan hound ignores your command to sit, it is not because they fail to understand you. It is because they have weighed the options and decided sitting serves no tactical purpose. The takeaway? Independent thinking is a survival trait, not a sign of a blank mind. Number 9. Hunters, not people pleasers. Imagine hiring a brilliant software engineer and grading their intelligence based on how well they flip burgers. That is exactly what we do to Afghan hounds. They are sight hounds, possessing incredible vision and explosive speed. Their brains are hardwired to scan the horizon, lock onto a target, and chase it down at incredible velocities. They do not seek validation from humans the way working dogs do. If you toss a ball, an Afghan hound might watch it land and look back at you as if to say, "You threw it, you go get it." This profound independence is often mistaken for stubbornness or low intellect, but it is actually highly specialized, deeply ingrained hunting intelligence at work. Number 8. The cat-dog personality. If you want a needy shadow following you around the house, get a Labrador. Afghan hounds are fundamentally feline in their personality. They are incredibly aloof, dignified, and selectively affectionate. Just like a cat, they decide when it is time for cuddles and when it is time to be left alone. This emotional independence totally throws off traditional dog trainers who expect eagerness and submissiveness. An Afghan hound will learn a trick, master it quickly, but then refuse to perform it a second time because they find repetition deeply insulting. Their aloofness is a marker of self-awareness. They simply do not feel the need to constantly entertain humans, just to earn a tiny piece of dried liver. Number 7. Selective hearing is real. Afghan hounds possess a legendary superpower: selective hearing. You can call their name 10 times and they will stare blankly into the distance like you do not exist. But if you quietly unwrap a piece of cheese in the kitchen 3 rooms away, they will materialize instantly. This proves their cognitive processing is functioning perfectly. They just prioritize information differently. They actively filter out commands they deem irrelevant or boring. It takes a highly developed brain to process a command, understand the expected outcome, and consciously choose to ignore it. They are basically the rebellious teenagers of the dog world. To train them, you have to convince them that the activity was entirely their own idea. Number 6. Masters of environmental awareness. While they might fail a standard obedience test, Afghan hounds possess off-the-charts environmental awareness. Because they are visual hunters, their brains process spatial information at an astonishing rate. They can navigate treacherous, rocky terrain at 40 miles per hour without missing a single step. Try asking a famously smart breed like a border collie to do that without looking to its owner for direction. The Afghan hound maps its surroundings instantly and reacts to microscopic movements in the brush. Their intelligence is kinetic and spatial. They understand the physical world on a level that most humans cannot even comprehend. Recognizing this spatial genius completely shatters the myth that these beautiful dogs are somehow intellectually deficient. Number 5. Emotional depth and sensitivity. Behind that glamorous exterior lies a deeply sensitive and emotionally complex creature. Afghan hounds are notoriously thin-skinned when it comes to harsh discipline. If you raise your voice or try to force them into submission, they will completely shut down and withdraw. They hold grudges and remember negative experiences for a very long time. This high level of emotional memory requires significant cognitive power. They form intense, quiet bonds with their chosen humans, showing affection in subtle ways rather than jumping all over you. Recognizing their emotional boundaries is crucial. Their sensitivity proves they are highly attuned to social dynamics, reading human energy and reacting with a quiet, dignified intelligence rather than loud, eager compliance. Number 4. Problem solvers, when motivated. Call them dumb, but leave an Afghan hound alone with a locked cabinet containing their favorite treat, and you will quickly see a master thief at work. When an Afghan hound actually wants something, their problem-solving skills are absolutely terrifying. They can figure out how to open latches, unzip bags, and bypass physical barriers with astonishing dexterity. The key difference here is motivation. A poodle solves a puzzle to make you happy. An Afghan hound solves a puzzle strictly for personal gain. If the reward does not match the effort, they simply will not participate. This cost-benefit analysis is a clear indicator of high-level cognitive functioning. They do not work for free, and they certainly do not work for you. Number 3. Secret sense of humor. Owners often report that their Afghan hounds possess a secret sense of humor. They are known for playing subtle practical jokes like stealing an object, placing it slightly out of reach, and watching you search for it with an amused expression. This type of mischievous behavior requires an understanding of human expectations and how to deliberately subvert them. It is a highly advanced cognitive trait. They are not goofy or clumsy clowns. Their humor is dry, calculated, and often at your expense. When a dog can actively mess with your head just for their own entertainment, you can no longer argue they lack intelligence. They are quietly laughing at us while we try to measure their IQ. Number 2. They train their owners. One of the greatest ironies of the Afghan Hound is that while we struggle to train them, they effortlessly train us. Within weeks of bringing one home, owners find themselves adjusting their schedules, changing their tone of voice, and altering their expectations just to keep the peace. The Afghan Hound uses subtle body language and calculated stubbornness to establish the rules of the household. They figure out exactly what it takes to get you to open the door, provide the premium food, and leave them alone when they want to sleep. Manipulating human behavior to perfectly suit their own needs is the ultimate sign of a mastermind. They are not failing our tests. We are passing theirs. Number 1. Genius in plain sight. The ultimate truth is that canine intelligence is not a single measurable trait. It is a vast spectrum. The Afghan Hound represents the peak of independent, survival-based intelligence. They are ancient, majestic predators who have managed to survive for thousands of years by relying solely on their own instincts. Judging them by modern obedience standards is a massive mistake. Their refusal to perform meaningless tricks is not a lack of brainpower. It is a profound display of dignity and autonomy. Once you stop expecting them to act like a typical dog and start respecting them as independent thinkers, their true genius becomes blindingly obvious. They are not dumb. They are simply operating on a completely different level. The Afghan Hound is proof that true intelligence doesn't always look like blind obedience. They are independent, sensitive, and brilliant in their own unique way. What do you think about these majestic dogs? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the animal kingdom. See you next time.